Now, a lot of people have been talking about some of the changes coming down the pike in the real estate industry, especially when it comes to realtor commissions to sellers and to buyers. And so what is really going to happen? Now, on August 17th, this change is going to be implemented across the nation. And what it really entails is buyers, home buyers, are going to have to sign compensation agreements with agents before that agent starts to show them houses. And that compensation agreement is going to lay out how that agent is going to be compensated. Now, a lot of buyers have been freaking out because they're like, well, I don't have the cash to pay for an agent and go buy a house. And so a lot of people have said, well, I'm just going to go straight to the listing agent. And you certainly can do that. It might not actually save you as much money as you think it's going to. Because what I predict is going to happen, and it may take a few months, maybe even a year for this whole thing to shake out, but what's going to happen, and we're already starting to see this in Colorado, is the buyer's going to work with the buyer's agent, and then they're going to put in an offer on a house, and include in that offer is going to be a request to compensate the buyer's agent like it was before. Now, eventually, sellers will probably get to a point where they just expect to pay that buyer's agent, and so they're going to agree to do that. If they don't agree to do that, then the buyer can decide, do they want to pay the additional money to pay for the buyer's agent, or do they want to pass on the house and go look for another house? Most buyers will probably say, you know what, I'm going to pass on this house. If they're not going to pay for my agent, I'm going to go look for somebody else that will. And that seller is going to miss out on a lot of opportunities because they're not. And so eventually they probably will. That's my prediction on how things will eventually work out. As a buyer, you just need to understand that when you're working with a buyer agent and you've agreed to compensate them, you can ask the seller to pay for that, but you might miss out on a house or two. You just have to be okay with that.